Oh, what a night! Okay, I'm triggered. I've been live for I've been here, sitting here talking for 45 minutes, y'all. It showed me live in my studio. I didn't go look at my YouTube page, so I didn't think that I wasn't live. I literally have been live for 40 minutes. And I was saying it was funny because I said at one point, I'm like talking fast and I'm really hyper, but I'm exhausted. And I was like, I'm so tired. And at that point, Barbie also typed, someone wake Meela up. So I thought you were replying to me. Y'all, I'm exhausted. I just been streaming for 45 minutes, y'all. Thinking I was streaming. I'm so tired. I'm gonna have to repeat everything I just said. I'm stressed. I gotta turn my air on. I literally went to I was like, I'm gonna end the stream early. I don't know if we're not interested in business. So that's why I've only been streaming for 45 minutes. I was gonna end it early. I went to go hit end and I was like, why is it not letting me end? Because I was never live. Let me turn my air on. Because I'm triggered. I'm gonna have to start all the way over. I showed survey results. I was doing the most. I can't do, we gonna do it again. I just need a minute. Let me just tab in world. Y'all, we've been walking around Bayside. I have been walking all over Bayside. Triggered. We need a stream committee. I need someone to cause who would have known that I've been sitting here streaming for 40 minutes? And I really was just like, y'all aren't seeming like you're into business. I was like, we can do role play or something. Okay. Let's start over. Well, that's a rough start anyway. Let me just say hi to y'all. Let's start there. Let's just say hello. I can't even see the beginning of everything. So sorry, I can only see from Red Tony. I know there was someone here earlier than that because I said that in my first fake live. But hey Red, hey Kadar, Lana, Invashun, I struggled with it the first time too. Camaro, Colleen, Natal, Chrissy, Lana, Chanel, Camaro, Barbie doll, Jazz. Did I say Colleen? Who else? Shallon. I even saw when Shallon showed up. I was like, hey Shallon, what's up, girl? Yams, Peaches, Kiana, Sean, Chrissy, Fonzie, Sebastian, Sweet Like Honey, Lune. And you know what's funny? I saw your IM to me on Facebook, Sean. You're like, are you okay? And I really thought it was because I was looking tired. And I was like, do I just look crazy right now? Meanwhile, I'm just not there. Y'all probably like, this bitch just get murdered. Because I actively changed the time and then I disappeared. Okay, you guys. So what we are doing today, I'm going to be sharing some general tips that I have for roleplay businesses. I'm going to be relating it a lot to Bayside because I know the most about Bayside. I don't know how other roleplay communities run, what they offer, but we're going to be just digging in and sharing some tips and ideas for people who are really wanting to thrive in our city. Narumi, yes, I saw Narumi because she showed up on my stream. I'm stressed out. It's funny because yeah, I can't get that back. I'll never get that back because it thought I was live. Anyway, but y'all saw when I pinned, did you see when I pinned the landing? It was because I had been talking about the landing for 10 minutes. I thought I was live this whole time, but so I'm live in OBS. I was live in YouTube Studio, but for whatever reason, I wasn't live on my channel, on the main page. And it's, wow, whatever. I don't know what it was. Glitch in the Matrix. But yeah. We're getting kind of a recap. Maybe it'll be better now that I'm actually speaking to you because literally it just looked like nobody was talking. And I was like, do we hate business? Do we hate business streams? Ciao. And I saw Camaro land next to me, and I was like, Camaro. And no, I was like, oh, I'm glad you just landed, because it shows me like why this person's security has been going off all day. It's because the bus stop is too close to their parcel line. But anyway, I'm gonna also be showing you survey results. We had 153 responses. The extra 53, I don't know where it came from because I thought I closed it down. But I want to show you how well, for me, I took a lot of those survey responses and put them into my concepts for Bayside. But I do want to share the survey responses that I think relate directly to business and how you can really do well in business, at least here. But also, I think a lot of these concepts relate to role-play businesses in general. Y'all are committed. Shout out to y'all for waiting. There were like 34 of y'all just waiting. Sorry. Okay, but I want to show you something that I just finished just now. Of course, I literally just finished it like an hour before stream. This is our new Bayside landing. We've never really had a landing that's been very informative and very easy to navigate. We were like, the old landing is still up. I'm gonna delete it, but like it was in a house or a building that's meant to be a house, and it was a little confusing. So I wanted something really big, clean, and open where we could easily communicate what our city's all about, where I could easily show the businesses that are here, and for people that have other businesses around Second Life to be able to come and advertise. And this is a spot that I could come to when I'm streaming to just like check to see what's out there. So I really just want a nice central place. And for people who are a little nervous to go down, this is a big, nice open space for you to like loiter and linger in until you're comfortable going into the city. Cool. It's a vibe for me. I think it's fitting like this new aesthetic that we have for Bayside. I think Bayside is really coming to be like, there are so many different neighborhoods, but it feels very like socialite. Like the socialite girlies are in town already. I think the high school girlies are gonna be a whole different situation. And by girlies, I mean men and women. Everybody's a girly to me. But let me show you some of the features here. Over here is where you'll find information about our role play. So we have our rules, our group, our Discord. These are our supported systems. We support My Story to SML. So sorry to everyone who loves Zeolife. I did decide to take Zeolife out. I'm going through the city now to take Zeolife out of all of our public seating, and we are replacing it with My Story just because I've tested it out in a couple of different neighborhoods, and those neighborhoods are lagging less. So I remember Story mentioned this to me, that like his scripts aren't always on. It's just like when you go to use it, that's when the scripts turn on. I think for Zeolife, it might have been a little different. And I had so many of those things scripted, like literally everything you could touch in the city had Zeolife. Every stool, every bench, all the bus stops, every place setting and restaurants. So everything was running scripts at the same time. So I think a lot of you have noticed and mentioned that there's a lot less lag in the city. It's because I'm starting to remove all of those. So we're gonna stick to My Story and SML. A lot of y'all have been asking me to check out some other roleplay systems, but once I get in this deep, I'm in too deep to back out now. We are in it. We are here for at least another like 6 months to a year before I decide to even consider another one, because everything in the city is about to be My Story. I know there are some businesses that sell for Zeolife. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't do. But I mean, I guess you still could, but I would just make it clear that your business is for Zeolife so people aren't confused. But yeah. The next thing are sectors. So we have decided to break our role play up into sectors. I keep like emphasizing to you guys that I don't want to control the role play in the city. I want the people who are interested in certain role play to control the role play there. So what we've done over on Discord is like, if you're interested in a specific part of role play, all you have to do is like react to a message if you want to be a part of the team that's like creating it or leading it. The most popular right now is high school. Y'all are ready for this high school. I see y'all in there like brainstorming. They're planning events. They're planning role play. I'm letting them tell me what they want for classrooms. So we have different sectors. These are the sectors. I haven't finished typing all of these up. So if you come over here and click them now, it's not going to tell you anything. But once I finish it, it'll give you information about all the sectors, how to get involved, how to role play there, where to go, all of that. Might need to take out the Zeolife from a house redecorate it. Yeah, you might, especially if it's on the ground. Hey Alicia, how are you? Yeah, I think that's why the Vanderbuilt area was so laggy before, because everything in that small square space was, scripted for roleplay stuff. No shade of Zeolife. I don't know if that's it. Again, I don't know the nuances, but I noticed the neighborhoods I've taken it out of, and it could have been me. I could have just like scripted too many things in a small space, so who knows. Thank you, Sebastian. I'm so excited. I'm excited really for what commerce can look like in the city. But yeah, so these are the sectors. And the thing is, I'm building role play in a way so people have something to do with their like simulation role play. So like all of the businesses that I'm creating and like the departments I'm creating, I'm like putting in bathrooms, we're putting in fridges so you can get snacks. The seating can have different things for your stats. So it can keep you active and not just like staying at home to do your stats, but being able to go out and work on stats no matter where you go. I think that's important for my role play, and that's what I like to enjoy. Hey Laz, how are you? We are. High school should be finished. I should be finished decorating it on Sunday. And then Lana's taking it over. Lana's going from there. So yeah, we have high school role play, medical role play. The way medical is going to work, we are going to have an emergency room and a pharmacy in the base, like the bottom level of the hospital. But the second level of the hospital is for private practices. So there'll be a couple of different private practices that if you guys are interested, you can come in and own one, or you could just simply join the medical staff and work through the emergency room or the pharmacy. Also with medical, that's another thing that we've always done here in Bayside. We have also looked at medical services as a business, like people that deliver babies or you go in for checkups. Like there'll be a couple of things. I don't know how I want it to work quite yet. If I'm just going to have it work like before, where you could just check yourself in, go lay down in a bed, and it'll help with your health. Especially for people like me who like to die every 2 seconds. Like I am about to die. Like medicine's not going to help me. I need to go into a hospital. I need to check myself in. So that's what we're thinking. But I also want to be able to take my baby to like a pediatrician or maybe go to therapy. I don't know. I don't know about second life therapists. People pretend. But not like I would take it with a grain of salt. It'll be great for my role play. I love therapists and like GTA role play. I think that's always fun. So we've treated medical kind of like a business. So even if you're working for Bayside Medical in the emergency room, what we usually do is we put tip jars in there. We always say people's first visit is free. That's your Bayside health insurance. But after that, whoever the doctor is, they can always have a tip jar on, charge you a set amount. One day we can get into that. But then, of course, for private practices, you can charge whatever you want for whatever your service is. Pregnancy is by far the biggest one. I got an email from, I think William it is, who creates pregnancy system. Shout out to him. I haven't responded yet. I'll get to it. But they have an update with their pregnancy thing. So I can see that being a nice boom in role play. You just finishing your car? That's dope. I'm trying to work on it for the bikes around the city. The police department, again, I'm hiring, so I would say this for all three. Maybe these two, because I'm also hiring a chief of staff at the hospital. There are so many applications, and it's a long application, so bear with me. For the police and fire department, though, we've never had this role play in Bayside, so I'm hiring a chief for both of them, but I need that chief to come in ready to like roll up their sleeves and say, this is what I want to do. This is how I think this should run in our city. Of course, I have some opinions on these things, but I'm getting a lot of people applying that are like, they just want to come see how it's done. And it's like, I don't want to play a cop and I don't want to play a fireman, so I'm not touching it. Police, I think we could get on and popping. The fire one, I'm not very optimistic about because I took that building out to begin with, and then all the applicants I'm seeing for that are like a lot of people that just either haven't done fire, role play, and SL, and they don't know what you need for it, or they just don't seem interested. I think it would be kind of cool to just like, even if you're not doing fire, so like have your little, but you know me, I'm a woman for outfits, so I think it would be cool to dress up like a fireman, hang out with other people dressed up like firemen, just be in the building, maybe go somewhere for lunch, maybe go somewhere to like work on my stats. I just think it's an opportunity to get off your platform or out of your house all by yourself and be around other people doing like maybe my story stuff. Maybe you take a break and you go head over to the gym and do SML. I think these are just things to keep you active and engaging with other residents. So I don't know, even if we can't figure out how to create and extinguish a fire, the whole purpose, it's gonna be a cool chill spot. So, you know, whatever. Crime and drugs, we need to give at least the police something to do. So the way that we're organizing it in Bayside is the only legal drug in Bayside is weed. Everyone can sell weed, whatever. It's legal in LA. You can buy it from the grocery store if you want to. But when it comes to the hard drugs, which I think are the fun drugs over in my story, like y'all know people are producing the hard drugs and the fun drugs. I am going to have someone kind of responsible for all of it. We'll just call them the cartel leader. But we are going to have like one central person in the city or one business in the city that is responsible for creating all of our hard drugs, or at least distributing them. So the idea is they'll be the main person. They'll have supplies that they give to different factions, because people, you guys can start your own factions and gangs. I put another sign up about it. I'll get to it. But the idea is that they would buy their drugs from this one supplier, and they would be the ones that are selling it around the city. They can't set up a storefront to sell cocaine unless they want to get busted. I mean, you could always like have a fast food spot and sell cocaine in the back and like see if the cops catch you. But we want to give our cops like something to arrest y'all for. And I'm like, I want to get arrested. Y'all know I love getting arrested. So that's that type of role play. Also, there's the bank heist that you can do. I'm only gonna show the like cartel leader and gang people how to do that. But I also think it would be cool to role play at the bank. So I think I'm gonna set it up so if y'all want to work there. Volunteer fireman EMT. Wait, hold on, sorry, let me scroll back up. You know how to do that firefighter life and stuff, but I don't want to do that. No, do what you want to do, honey. Don't do it because we need it. Because like if there's not a big demand for it and you're the only one, we don't really need it. Yeah, that cartel job is basically a business. So that's what I'm saying. When you're thinking about role play businesses, don't just stick to, well, let me put some scripts and some full perm items and leave them out and walk away and just expect them to sell. We're gonna get to like what I recommend people to do with like those type of role play businesses, or people who have produce and stuff. So I think people get like really hung up on like wanting to push their products, and there are a couple of tips that I would use if I was doing it. I don't have a farm in my story. I'm not producing anything. I haven't had the time to make many products. So, but if I was, this is what I would be doing. We'll get to that in a second. I know I'm doing the jail over actually, because I think it would be fun to go to prison and be able to use our courtroom. And then we have one lawyer in town. We got to use her. But yeah, the Emperor is set up for cartel. I think I might actually lock the rental on that one and make it so you have to apply for it. Health and wellness, I'm actually surprised because I've always loved doing fitness things in Second Life, and I was surprised when I opened up our Bayside fitness group and seeing that people have been actively joining that, and I haven't done anything with it. So I put the same thing on Discord. I allow people, if they want to be a part of like the planning around the role play. We have two main gyms in the city. We have Big Bear, and then we have Bayside Fitness, which is the SML gym. I'm gonna actually do a nice little update for the SML gym because they've had a lot of new releases, and we also don't have any of the freebies in ours. So I'm gonna get that all added probably over the next few weeks. I think that would be a fun community to bring into. But there are also other things. Like I've seen people do like yoga on the beach. People have offered to go like do hiking parties together. I'm gonna change the basketball out from the pier and put in volleyball for now, but I can also just keep changing that up if we want different sports on the pier all the time. But yeah, this seems to be, I didn't know there was a demand for this, but people are into it. So I was like, and it is cute to like get dressed up in fitness gear and go do something. Big Bear is not my story yet, but I'm gonna update it. Family, I don't know. I have a baby. That's all I know about family role play. We have that one park in town that I might get rid of. But you know, everything else, I've seen people talk about running daycares. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. Yeah. But like all the restaurants are family friendly. You can have little mommy meetups. I think that's another thing. Like even in the market, I'm putting space on the shelves because I do need baby products for my little baby. I haven't made her my story yet, but I'm going to, and I'm going to need her bottles and her diapers and all of that. So I think that's another consideration when you're thinking about what do you want to sell in Bayside. Family stuff. Oh God. Socialite RP, again, this has always been a thing in Bayside. Like people just like to get real dressed up, get pretty, and be seen. So we're trying to plan, for my businesses, we're planning events to kind of cater to that. Like we have an all-white party coming up at Vanderbuilt Realty soon. I know our new manager over at Faith and Flower is planning something at Faith and Flower very soon. So the more people like plan stuff to pull people out, I think is good for people who like to role play, just like getting pretty and showing up and like getting drinks and doing whatever. So, I mean, we have the park. I can't remember if I scripted that for Zeo Life or my story because I feel like the park is new, but it still might have been Zeo Life. I have to go double check it. Parks and Rec. we're kind of grouping that all together. So it's not necessarily about parks, because we're only going to have like 2 parks in the city. But it's more about, these are the people who are going to plan like the citywide events. So when there's something big coming up, like they'll be the ones that'll plan Pride events, and they'll be the ones to plan 4th of July stuff. So if you're like into planning events, especially citywide events, definitely join Parks and Rec. A lot of what Parks and Rec will also do is probably work with our Chamber of Commerce and make sure we're pulling businesses in to participate in these type of events as well. So even like the farmers market, like I'm hoping Parks and Recs could plan like a farmers market where it's not all about just like vendor booths, but really about getting people out. That's also somewhere where our Chamber of Commerce can kind of lean in. So those are our sectors. That's just what we have right now. I have a channel in Discord. I don't think it's public yet. I'll make it public. But I have a channel in Discord if you guys want more sectors of roleplay and you want them like official like this. Granted, there's nothing from stopping you from like doing whatever it is you want to do in a city. But if you want more like solid sectors or whatever you want, drop it in Discord. I'll create it. Yep, the live will stay up. I never delete them. I was going to delete it earlier because I really was like, oh, we ain't feeling this. I'm going to turn off stream and delete it. But I wasn't live. Okay, one thing I'm trying to make a little easier for people who rent in Bayside. The biggest thing I hear about Bayside all the time is people don't know where to start and they get overwhelmed with the sheer size of the city. The city is big. It's only across 3 sims, but honey, there's a lot on every single sim. So what I did, instead of doing a TP HUD, because that was a lot of work for me to maintain, I'm putting all of our main destinations here, and these are like our major focal points. I've also changed all the sims so you don't end up at landing. You can teleport anywhere in the sim, so if you do have a business, you can like link people directly to where your business is and they'll show up there. That's different. We didn't used to have that. But also up here, people can choose where they want to go. So some of our solid places, also I'm gonna make it so if you have been here for a while and you want yours added to like our destination guide, you're welcome to. The only reason I don't do it for every single business is because people come and go very quickly, and I'm not gonna be in here doing this every week. Yeah, anyone can join the roleplay. It's completely public. Main Street, this has like the gallery. There are a couple of businesses here. Behind me is the Brixton building. The fire department's over here. Of course, the hospital, the high school, the Emperor. And when you click on any one of these, you're gonna get a note card with some details and you're gonna get a landmark. I didn't make these teleporters because I wanted to give some information on what it is, so you know what to do there. So this, for example, the Emperor, it's home to like Bayside's high-end apartments. It's an apartment building, but I think a lot of people overlook that on the bottom floor it's a Salted Rim. It's a really trendy restaurant. I can show you guys that. Lana owns it. It also just looks like criminals meet up there. Like, it's so chic. It looks like you should pull out a cigar and talk crime with like your crime boss there. But it's a really like upscale, trendy restaurant, and anyone can work. She's hiring people, so you're gonna be able to log into tip jars and work there. But I feel like just knowing about different areas of roleplay is really helpful, so you guys know what to do. You've had others inquire. Yeah, we need adventurous hookups so you can stream it too. Vandercrew meet to do together. I mean, I stream in here almost every Sunday. I stream here like 2 Sundays a month. For me, yeah, just like I'm in here role playing every single day of the week. So just involve yourself. I approach it kind of like I do GTA roleplay. Like, I'm out here role playing. When I run into people, they usually become part of my story. But for me, I'm looking for like an immersive roleplay experience. I don't want to like plan it out too much for my personal roleplay. But that's why I said you guys are roleplay's in your hands. Like, however you want to do it. There are little groups of people doing it. Of course, we have Onyx Rooftop, Faith and Flower, running and hiking. There's also a business like right there, so this is a good spot to find that. Abbott Kinney is home to a bunch of businesses and the apartment building. This promenade, I'm hoping this will be the new hangout spot. Like, I might even just push people to the promenade a little bit because I feel like it could be a chill spot, especially for like the high school kids. Just like hang out around this little fast food spot, hang out over here, skateboard, whatever the hell you want to do. And because of that, I'm putting advertising boards so you guys can just, if you have a business here, just grab it and throw your stuff in it so people can like directly TP to wherever your business is in the city. Fire station courtyard has businesses and a lawyer's office. I think she's remodeling her office right now. Wilshire has businesses. There's a spa over there that I don't know if it's coming soon. I think she was just starting like stuff up when we were over there last time. My goal is to rent out the art gallery, but we'll get there. The gym, Low Tokyo. Low Tokyo also has businesses. I'm gonna pop over there because a lot of people that have, there are a couple of people in the town that I have like, that have markets, and I'm gonna show you kind of how I approach markets that I own and some recommendations that I have for that. Food court, of course, is where you can sell food. We'll talk about that as well. The beach, there's a beach bar over here. I put this here on its own because I think we all forget this exists. I forget it exists. So I think it'd be cool to call out. The gas station, it doesn't have the tip jars in it right now, but the gas station, this is for like those SA, Lush, Sism cars. You can actually fuel up, and those cars break down a lot. I might hit them up to like come drop a dealership down or something, because their cars are so fun. They break down. So in this gas station, there's actually a repair shop. So if you do break something, so if you want to work at the gas station, you can totally do that. I thought this also might be a cool place for people who are into like cars and stuff. Like there could be car meets. Y'all could start drag races here, like whatever. So I'm gonna leave that up to y'all. But I'm putting a tip jar in there. So if you want to be that person to like organize them and you want to like charge people things, maybe you have like a sign up fee for a drag race, whatever. And we know the city bank is where you can rob. But if you like bankroll play, boom, you have a bunch of restaurants around you and everything. Oh, it works with that too. Yeah, I love it. I love cars that work with that system, and I've been finding they're less laggy. Also at the landing, I'm bad. We haven't gotten out of the landing. Like this is how much I was talking during that 40 minutes. I was not live. I was moving quick. I put ad boards up here. So these are public ad boards over here on this side. This is any business or service or whatever in Second Life is welcome to advertise here. You can do adult stuff, but no nudity. No nudity, no implied nudity. I don't want to even see censored nudity, like nothing naked on these ad boards. This is a general region, and we're going to be planning an event here soon here that needs to be approved by Linden Labs, and we ain't messing with nudity at all. So, but anyone can advertise here. It can be retail, it can be services, it can be role play, like literally anything. And then over here we have reduced ad boards. I think these ones are like 100 Linden, and these are for Bayside businesses only. So Bayside businesses or people who live in Bayside, you guys know if you live in Bayside, you can operate a business out of your house if you wanted to. Like if you're a caretaker or you do massages, traveling massages, whatever, you can, as long as you're a Bayside resident with any type of rental on Bayside, you can rent from these ones. Over here, I just have details about content creators. We have a content creator role in Discord that no one but like me and Monasia has right now. But I want to use it to start collaborating with you guys. So we could like create roleplay content together, whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that has details on how to get the content creator role for Bayside. Over here, there are some details about starting a business and then starting a faction or a gang. But as we walk to the end of the line here, so this is all the landing. I also come across people who are a little intimidated to just jump right into the city. So feel free to spend as much time up here as you want to. Like I know a lot of people hate people standing at their landing. If you want to just hang out here, try to meet people, get your character story together, read the rules, whatever you want to do, hang out here. It's totally yours. Do whatever you want to do. When it comes to starting a business in Bayside, a couple of things I want you guys to keep in mind is do not just set up your business and that's it. Like it is a role play city. You are going to have to do some things to get people to notice you. And usually what we say to start with is utilize all the resources that we're giving to you for free. Whew. I need to take a breath. We are gonna need we're gonna need like a cheer uniform. I know someone that makes football ones. We can get that. But we know we're gonna need the cheerleaders. I'm talking fast. I gotta take a breath. But hey, my lady. Okay. So the first thing to start off with in Bayside for businesses, you want to register your business. So that is I would say the first step, but to register a business, you do have to be open and set up already. Like your location needs to be furnished. You need to be ready to go. and then register your business. You do that in Discord. It's just a few questions. It's going to ask what your name is, your business location, kind of a short description, if there are any other owners or managers that you want to include, if there are any staff currently that you want us to know about. Once you register your business, we add you to a business channel, a few channels. You get like the normal business channel where I'm in there dropping tips all day long. Like I'm in there, I'm probably like, they probably sick of me because I type so much in there, but I drop a lot of things. It's also a great way to network with each other. I always say it's a great idea to collab. Like if you have, or for me, I own a gym, right? But I don't feel like creating all the products I want to put in the gym. I would love to have like protein bars and energy drinks and protein shakes and all that type of stuff in my gym. I want to be able to collaborate with someone else in the city who offers those products to maybe put some out in mine. Either they could just make the full amount of money from it, or I could just buy a quantity from them, whatever the case. It's a great way to network with each other and plan things with each other, especially a lot of people who have like Onyx rental booths, like coming together, deciding like, oh hey, let's all like open up on the same day and maybe have a presence here and attract people over so we can all sell product. Like it's a great way to collaborate. I don't think we're a city where you just can silently do anything unless you're like, because there's nowhere in the city that is the focus. Like people are spread out and they go to different places all the time. And I always see people on the move when I'm in here. Like I think I've seen very few people that stay in one place or go to one place and stay there. They're moving. Bubble tea, I think they're in our city is still Zeolife. But when they first started here, like they were very active. They threw events, they hired employees. So for a while, that was like the place where everyone hung out. Like you kind of want to approach your business the same way, but start off with the registration. You'll get the business chat. You'll be getting tips from me. Me and Raina both also plan business meetups. Like sometimes it's just a Discord call. Sometimes it's in Worlds where we'll just meet up. We'll say, what do you guys need? How's business going? What do you need from us? What can we do for you? But also just a network. Another feature that we have for businesses is we have a central job application just to make things a little easier on the role players in the city. We have a classified channel in our Discord where we post all the jobs that are coming up. You can apply, like some of them have specific applications. Like mine for Vanderbuilt Realty is the only one that has its own application. But for every other job I have in the city, you can either just walk in and start working, or you can submit this like general application that all business owners who have registered can see. So I usually tag them if it's specifically for theirs, but sometimes people are like, I don't know where I want to work, but I want to work. This is what I'm good at. Any business owner can grab the application and say, hey, do you want to come work for me? So I think that's just a convenient thing. So if you are needing staffing, there's a list of people that are right there that you can go through. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you're just busy doing stuff, but people that are like active, like I see people moving around all the time. Like, what's your main hangout spot, Kedar? Is it at home? But in addition to that, you also have access to an advertising channel where you can advertise any of your businesses and services. You guys have @here powers in that channel, so you can grab the attention of everyone. Once you register, you can also request to have notice rights in our in-world groups. I think that's it, right? And then also Lana is going through, she has a channel for social media requests, so any business can drop in pictures and descriptions at any point throughout the week, and she'll pull some of that to go into our social media, which I usually repost on mine, and that's also where I'm going to pull content to share on YouTube. So if people are like wondering how they get their like role play business in some of my YouTube streams, that's the way to do it. At the moment, but with the beach and bars and stuff. Wait, what's up? Damn, Boswell. Boswell's been jet setting though, where we get at. So yeah, that's the first part. I would say that is step one with our community. I don't know what other communities offer for businesses, but with ours, step one is I say register. It's a ticket that you submit in Discord, and it's literally just asking you details about your business. Only do it once you're already set up. Step two, let's go into the city and talk about step two. So this is a Russell Landing. It turns into an airport because I like airports. It was going to be a subway, but it just didn't fit the vibe. I feel like we're too bougie to be standing in a subway station. So I'm gonna come with my luggage and that's it. These are more Bayside business only boards. These ones are public boards. If you're really wanting the most advertisement, I would say those. I broke this teleporter on the left. You're supposed to be able to click it and just go straight to the city, but I accidentally put a second thing there, so I gotta fix that later. But this other one to the right takes you to all those different destinations that are listed in the other room. So you can very quickly teleport to any of these. It's using experience. It's only gonna ask you the first time to say yes, but then after that, it's going to just grab you there. So let's go to the main bus stop. Okay. This is the location I low-key have to fix because it's on the parcel line for that house on the corner. And their security has been going off all day. Let's let the city res. I still take forever to res on this computer. And then yesterday, I don't know, is it better to have a big cache or a small cache? Like yesterday, I changed my Black Dragon settings to increase my cache size, but I'm like, is that worse? Out of order. What's out of order? Oh, the elevator. I mean, it still works. It's just not working how I want it to. Like, I want you to just click it and be like grabbed. But you click it and select the location right now. But this is our main bus stop. This is like always been where we usually drop you off in the city, but you can see how that's intimidating if you don't know where to go. That's why I think the landing is just gonna help out with that. Also, I'm adding teleporters to every single bus stop that's going to have all of those same destinations. So it'll be this thing. You click this and it'll have the list of all the locations. I hadn't finished here yet, so once I finish here, that'll be set. But if you're just lost in the city, you don't know where to go, you don't know how to get anywhere, just find a bus stop, look for the green thing. I'm not done with it yet, but it'll take you anywhere. Like this is a bus. What's going on over here? Like snowing over here? Magic. Anyway. But yeah. We'll replace that. What is this? I think it's coming from this tree. Like pollen? You have allergies over there. Go to the hospital after. Medium size. Ciao. I already forgot what we were talking about. Let's go over maybe here. Let's go to the food court. And I would say, like, if I had this business, what I would do. Oh yeah, you can. So I have options for interior designer. So all those boards at landing, if you're an interior designer, don't grab one of those boards because I'm putting boards directly in Vanderbuilt Realty because every single day someone asks us to come decorate their apartment and I'm like, I ain't never coming to decorate your apartment. We got a couple furnished ones, but they go fast. So what I'm going to do, there are a couple of people within our real estate agency that offer interior decorating. One choice is to apply to our agency as an interior decorator. The second option, I'm gonna have a couple boards here for interior decorators. So you're gonna want to just like include pictures of your work, contact details. You don't have to go through us at all. They'll contact you when they need something. We'll refer them to that wall. Like those are people who decorate. Choose who you want. Go for it. If you want to work for us, you know, there's a little creative table in there. You can come actually be in office with us. I haven't put the application up for interior decorators yet. But, you know, if you want to work directly for us, that's an option as well. We don't have a Club Onyx. We have Onyx Rooftop. That's this right here. I'll go up there in a minute. Yeah, so we have that option because we have basically for-profit businesses and then role-play businesses. The role-play business is going to be a new concept where people are going to be able to get a business location for free if it's for role play and they convince us that they're going to be able to generate role play with their business. So we're calling it a grant. It'll be through the Chamber of Commerce role play, but people can submit applications for grants and it's basically that. Or if you play GTA role play, it's just like the GTA role play process. Like you just have to give us a proposal for your business, how it's going to generate role play, what your plan is for the next few weeks, and then you'll get a business for free. All right, so we're in Food Court Park. This is where a lot of people are selling food. I think that's one of the most common things to do when it comes to my story or any of these like role play type businesses, because it is easy. It's a low barrier of entry, right? So you can either have a farm and create produce, which a lot of people are doing. And then that produce you can sell. You can also like sell things that you cook. And you can also just script different full perm items that are on Marketplace. That seems pretty popular. A lot of people then need to have a place to sell those products. So of course, joining a role play city where other people are just doing things in their lives and going out in the environment is a great idea. The mistake I think a lot of people make is just like sitting in here and doing nothing with it. Me as the owner who like frequently goes around my city, I'm not looking at every individual space like every single week, but sometimes I don't even know when you guys have businesses here because you just haven't engaged with the city at all. So I think for us, it's not going to be a very successful business endeavor for you to just set up shop and leave it. You're going to have to do a little bit of something. Like I said, you're going to have to like post to Instagram or our groups. That way we can also pull your stuff over onto our social media and shout you out when we talk to our community about stuff. But I think it's just a good idea. This actually would be a good time to show the survey. I closed it out. Hold on, let me get it back up. But a lot of the feedback from the survey, people said their favorite type of roleplay period is career/job roleplay. People want to work, and a lot of people want to work without creating their own business. So I think the easiest thing for you to bring attention to your business is allow yourself employees. One thing that I love about the roleplay in GTA is they kind of have a handle on this. People love working in GTA. Having a job is a part of your life. I think having a job is a big part of what you do in Bayside. So allowing people to come and work for you, it's just like a great opportunity. And however you want to manage it. If you want to just allow them to log into a tip jar, if you want them to apply, if you want them to work a certain amount of times a week, we'll get into all that. But let's pull up the role play survey before I forget. What do we do? Qualtrics? Whew. Yeah, and that's like the best option I can think of for especially people who create these roleplay businesses. And maybe you have a bunch out there in SL. Like I know people that have their business in multiple cities, which I think is smart. But you can't always treat every single city the same, and you can't just leave it there and not do anything with it. But if you are too busy to like actually work it yourself, let other people come bring attention to your products. Like it doesn't have to be you. They're gonna work for tips. They're bringing attention to your products, so you're making money off your products. Win-win for everybody. Yes, Kedar. Okay, look at it. This is already set up because I thought I was streaming for an hour. Basically, I'm just gonna round up to an hour. Come back. I've been having fun. I have not wanted to go on GTA, and it's like that's what sucks about not being able to stream Second Life on Twitch. I'm like, I would love just having a full day of roleplay on Twitch in Second Life. Because right now I don't want to be in GTA right now. Okay. This might be a little boring to go through. Hold on, let me move these out. Gotta keep an eye on studio. I'm getting congested, hold on. So, why does that happen? I only get congested when I'm on YouTube like this. Oh, they're having a sale. Everything's 88 London over there. We gotta pop over there in a minute. So this survey, I did this back in April. We had 153 responses. I really just wanted a clean 100. I didn't know I left it open. I took a lot of these survey results and put them in a Bayside. I think you can see, like, this wasn't my idea to change Bayside this way. I looked exactly what you guys were saying in the survey and changed Bayside completely. So hopefully you like it. I'm not going to go through all of the responses now because they're not all necessarily related to like a roleplay business, but if there's another community that wants access to the survey report, let me know. Would we have land impact to my story farm? It depends on where you rent. I don't know. It would depend on where you rent. There are certain, like, the biggest rental in our city right now is Cat's Restaurant that has so much open space that she can very easily have a little like garden outside, but we'll see. They're also the houses that are up on Mirror Park. They have a community garden at the end of the street that they can all have, and they also have some yard space. There are a couple houses with a lot of yard space. Of course, you know, some of these houses have like 1,000 to 1,500 prims. Like, you can make it work. I don't know how heavy that stuff is, but what my understanding is, you can put farming scripts in anything, right? So I think, you know, as long as you know how to decorate. It's not boring if you're gonna learn stuff. Definitely getting back on SL. Yeah, I have my Meela Vanderbuilt Discord. Sorry, I've been neglecting it. Like, I've been doing a million different projects at once, but we also have Bayside Discord. I think we're gonna remove all of the Bayside stuff out of mine. Maybe I might leave an announcement channel on mine, but yeah. All right. So the first question was, how likely are you to roleplay in Second Life within the next 30 days? I don't know why these people did the survey if they weren't going to roleplay, but still half of the responses did say they're going to roleplay in the next 30 days. In terms of satisfaction with current options, people are moderately satisfied. Like, they weren't hating it, but they're not loving it. A few people were, 12 whole people were extremely dissatisfied. When we were looking at some of the reasons, oh wait. Did I just not ask? I don't think I asked. But in terms of roleplay systems, this is my story. So if anyone is wondering why I chose to nix Zeolife, this is my story. This is Zeolife. Again, no shade to Zeolife. We love them for the whole year that we're with them. I like these kind of graphs better. So for me, so the green is my story. This orange chunk are people that just don't use a roleplay system. So there are still just people who want to roleplay and they're not using a system. So I would say, what can you do with your business, even though you are my story, to appeal to these people who aren't even using a system? I think there are still a lot of opportunities. Myself, I was going to BU restaurants when I wasn't using BU because I like the experience. Since so many of you have restaurants, people still want that role play, even if they're not doing Zeolife. So like, or my story. So just like setting something up and like wanting a thriving business isn't it. It would be great, even if it's just an employee of yours, to be able to throw regular things. Like, even when I was talking to my new manager at Faith and Flower, I'm like, don't think about events like these big things that you have to put all this time and effort into planning. You need to be able to produce things quickly and on a regular basis. So when I say an event, it could just be dinner. You could just be saying 6 p.m. we're having dinner at my restaurant. Low-key, you don't have to be there unless you have a service, but or if it was a bar, for example. Like, just attract a bunch of people to your location at the exact same time, allow them to network and chat with each other, but they're going to be at your place of business, so you're bringing attention to whatever you have selling there. It's of course better if you can have a body there, so if you have someone that's serving them, especially for those people that don't use whatever roleplay system your products are, they still want that roleplay experience. So I think even you have a lot of opportunities to appeal to people who might not even be using the system that you're making products for. Yeah, BU was expensive. Yeah, like the scars, they're not my story, but they're still such a vibe. The yellow is Zeolife. Really Needy showed up. Less than 2% though. BU's in blue. So some people are still in BU. And then this one's other. This like red one here. I asked them what they were doing, if they listed other. Bloodlines popped up a couple times. DFS, which I think is that farming system. I don't know what Ultrascape or Nanite is. Someone's created their own. So I would just like keep in consideration, everyone who comes across your business might not have the system that you support, but there are things that you can do in your business to still appeal to them as role players. And I think that's the thing to keep in mind. So you're not just ignoring this other half of the graph. Like, yeah, the My Story stuff is big, but that's half of role players are saying they do My Story. You don't want to exclude the other half simply because they don't use the system you're using. You can still target them and engage with them and, you know, profit from them even though they don't have the same system. This I don't think is relevant for us. I mean, maybe if you're doing a service thing, but a lot of people do either both text and voice roleplay, or they only do text roleplay. Very few people do voice only. I'm with these 9 people. I do voice only these days. So keep that in mind when you're hiring employees. You're going to want some diversity, and you're going to probably want to make it clear when you're like advertising an open shift or an event. Like, is this going to be a text only one? Is this going to be voice? For me, I'm going to show up talking no matter what. So hopefully people can hear me. But keep that in mind. I think for staffing, that's a big thing to notice or to call out. When it comes to text roleplay, most people are using both. I wanted to see if people are still sticking to emo only, like when, like paragraph roleplay, or if they were just like chatting. So a lot of people will say they're doing both of it. Oh, this was the question I was trying to target to help you understand what people might like in terms of services. So I said, are you doing life simulation only, or do you like general role play? Vast majority of everyone said they also like general role play. So keep that in mind when you're creating your business. Like, what opportunities does your business provide to target the people that just like general role play? This is huge, especially when you're thinking about, like, you don't want to just service this small part of like customers. You want to be able to appeal to a much broader audience, and you're just going to have to diversify kind of what you offer. As long as people can hear me. For my content, I usually only do voice role play, but when I'm just around the city, as long as you can hear me. If you can't hear me, these have slowed me down too much. I don't like texting or typing. I asked people why they don't participate in storyline role play. So these are the people that answered. The only people that could see this question were the people that said they only do like my story and type stuff. But most people said it's because they just don't have anyone to role play with. So I just think that goes back to the, like, you plan things at your business. And we're going to talk about like what I think you should do to, like, from step 1 to the end on planning things. Some people don't know where to role play. Haven't found any that interests me. It seems complicated or intimidating. Too many rules. Can't make a time commitment. I'm too shy. Those are the big ones. So the biggest thing is I don't have anyone and I'm too shy to get into it. So these people are sticking to just doing my story stuff. So yeah. Roleplay communities. There's a few of them. I don't know why people put GTA RP. Some of these aren't applicable. We saw Bayside a bunch. There are some that I had never heard of. There was like a sci-fi one too. But yeah. High school will be full RP. Maybe do a class on RP. You should. That'll be dope. Whew. We used to do roleplay classes here, and it used to pull a lot of people out. I think it's helpful. Ton of people are interested in role-playing community. 10 people weren't. So, there's demand. That's what we take from that. These aren't applicable. This is what I took into account when I was redoing Bayside. But they want integration with life simulation. They want opportunities to meet people, role play events, the ability to use the setting for their own personal storyline. They want to be able to shop. So I think for businesses, this is great. I am bringing my sponsors back to Bayside. So there are some areas that are restrictive in terms of retail stores, like downtown currently, until I have all my sponsors set up. Retail is only for sponsors. Like, you can't do a non-role play business downtown, but other areas of the city you can. Okay. Oh yeah, someone's mentioning they come across a lot of people that only text, no voice, and they like to voice. This I think is interesting. This was the thing that I pulled out when I was like asking people what type of role play they enjoy. the vast majority of people said career or job role play. So I think, you know, there's a demand. Like, people want to be able to work and necessarily don't have a business. So I think this just supports the fact, like, create job opportunities with your business to allow people to do this. And I think a lot of people are concerned about maybe the time commitment of hiring people and the cost. A lot of people, we'll get to that in a minute, but they say, like, even like salaries aren't as big to them as the role play opportunity, but also being able to work for tips, I think, is just so common in Second Life, that find a way to make whatever your business is, either work for tips or work for a commission. A lot of people want to work, and I think that is just such a big part of Bayside in general. So yeah, check that out. Romance is big. Family roleplay is big. I haven't quite figured this out. Like, I might make another sector on Discord, so if you're interested in family roleplay, y'all just say what you need, because I have no idea. I got my one little fake baby. Criminal roleplay wasn't huge. Police roleplay, I was surprised, wasn't huge. Medical roleplay was a little bigger. Fire service was the lowest. That's why I'm incredibly confident in that. People like playing influencer and socialites or celebrities. Some people like rags to riches. That's why we always have like a little gritty neighborhood. No, somebody did not. People like teenage roleplay, fantasy. I think we've had fantasy elements. Like, I'm really hoping I heard someone say there was a werewolf in our city, and I really took it and ran with it. Like, I'm sure they're not crazy like I would be, but I'm like, I like the idea of there being a werewolf on the loose in the city. Like, I need some news source to be reporting it. Like, be sure to be in before this hour. Don't go out on the full moon. So, like, we totally welcome fantasy roleplay in Bayside. I remember we used to have covens and stuff, and like, I put the option in there too with like factions that you can also have a coven. People like combat. I don't know anything about combat roleplay, so I don't know how to incorporate it in the city. I've asked a couple people that I know that are in combat, and even they seemed confused. So I was like, we ain't doing it. Pets. Okay, at the school, I wouldn't know how to incorporate it unless we had like a pet store or something. You saw him today. Is he like a scary wolf or is he nice? I like don't want to run from him because I want to give him roleplay too, but I'm like, I think I'm gonna set up the woods. Like, there's one wolf in our city, and I'm like, I'm gonna set up the woods. I'll like make areas for him to hide out. I'll put out some camp areas so he can sneak up on campers. Like, I don't know. Seems cute. Is Kedar Wolf the wolf? That seems suspicious. Is Kedar Wolf just a normal? Is that you before the full moon? His name is Wolf, y'all. Sporting RP, knighthood RP. I don't know what knighthood RP is. Magic supernatural. So I would say, like, even think about this kind of stuff when you're creating products. Like, how cool it'd be to go to a wand shop. How important is generating real money or real income from your role play? Most people said it's not important, but it would be nice. Like, they're not looking at that as the focus. They're looking at, like, I'm assuming their role play is the focus, but it would be nice to make some money. Some people said it's not important at all. A lot of people also said I would like to role play regardless, but I would seek out paid opportunities if available. And then a couple of people are like, it's extremely important. That's why I'm doing it. I think these are business owners. Put out snacks. People are the snacks, aren't they? He was tearing into something. I love that. I love that. I want to be bit by a wolf. I don't know. I have to we have to see it. I want to see it. I also put a day cycle in the city, so it turns into nighttime. I forget how long. And I forget, I gotta go back on my viewer and put it to region settings so I can see if it's nighttime. But I put the Swain wind lights in the day cycle. I can't remember if that works, but I think it works. I open up Fallon, and I don't have them installed for her, and I can still see them. So, yeah, the Swain wind lights are in there for the day cycle. These are for businesses. These are the people who intend to make an income. There are a few people that say it's solely a roleplay business. That's why I decided I want to go with grants and give people who want to do roleplay businesses the opportunity. And I'm thinking people like that want to do journalism or, I don't know, hangout spots that aren't necessarily selling products, things like that. I don't know if this is going to be relevant to what we're talking about. Oh, these are some challenges. Should we go through the challenges and I can tell you how to solve them? Or we can talk about how to solve them? Let's do that last. I'm going to go through the challenges, but let's come back. That's a large chunk of people that say they don't have sufficient knowledge to operate a business. So that's useful to know. I asked what type of resources would they like to utilize. Forums with other business owners. So many of y'all said that. Like I said, just register your business. You will join the group with all the other business owners. And none of our business owners talk to each other. So if you are a business owner looking to thrive and network, just start talking on that channel. Tutorials and videos, we'll see. Use this one. Articles, free courses, paid consultations. To be honest, if I'm going to work one-on-one with you and teach you how to make money, I'm probably going to charge you. So anyone who wants to come to me directly and ask me how to make money in their business outside of what we're doing right now, I'm going to probably charge you. Advertising opportunities. I heard y'all with this one. We're making a bunch available in the city, and then collaborations. I always think collaborating is such a good idea. That's why I'm saying y'all got to talk to each other, because the more you can collaborate, the wider your reach is. Especially like in our city, like collaborate with people in different neighborhoods. Do you have interest in being involved in? No, that's unnecessary for this. This is not relevant. Not relevant. Okay, I don't think the rest are relevant. Oop. I'm gonna come back up to the challenge thing, but there was something else I said I was gonna show y'all. Do you remember what it was? It's like, it's happening now. Yeah, I'm just telling y'all now. If y'all like try to hit me up and say, hey, I have XYZ business, can you help me? I'm gonna give you a fee. But we're also thinking, like, I've been talking about this for a while, because one, I've been talking about like in the future. There are two things with my like real estate stuff. I low-key want to open a second real estate office in the city that I'm not involved with. Like someone else is low-key, I can't say owner because it's still my shit, but the like CEO maybe, and they run their real estate firm, because I like competition. Like I want a competing real estate agency, but then also eventually what I do want to do at Vanderbuilt Realty is also help other Sims rent out their properties. So that's like in the future. But then I said, I think we're teaching our real estate agents things very specifically, and I'm like, it would be very cool to offer real estate courses. And that would be fun. But I could also do the same with business. Like we have courses. Very few people said they are interested in paid courses, but I also like to work with very few people. So like that might work for me. But in the interim, if you have a business here, you know, RSVP when we offer business meetups, because that is basically the same thing. I said I was gonna show y'all something and I forgot. Let's go to Big Bear. I think I was gonna show y'all tip jars. I don't fucking know. Adult night class at the high school. Yes. That would be dope, Chrissy. So the art gallery, I'm gonna actually, it's gonna be an application type thing, because I'm looking for something very specific. Like I need that to be active. I want someone who's gonna be very involved. So that's the only reason I locked down the rental there. I want a very specific type of person. I think I'm also gonna lock the basement and the Emperor for the same reason, because I think that just has to be crime central. It looks like it. Oh, before I get into this, one thing, I forgot how it came up, but we were gonna offer like this SLBNB type thing, because y'all know I had a company called SLBNB where we used to make like vacation homes. It was like Airbnb. Some people didn't know they were open or welcome to do that in Bayside. We actually have a whole channel if you want to rent out your current rental as a vacation home, or if you want to find a roommate. But another way to make money in the city is to do that. For people that are looking to just like have an experience, you would just have to have it furnished. and people are like renting these out by the day. It could either cover your rent or make more than your rent. Like, we personally do not care how you make money off your rental, as long as it's like within terms of service. I don't care. Like, you don't need a license to make your house an Airbnb here. But there are locations that people like, usually the ones close to the beach. People have it completely furnished. Someone said they wanted to do like, make a completely my story house with like a bunch of vacation things and like different destinations they could send people on in the city. I think that's a brilliant idea. So yeah, feel free to do that. I think someone mentioned in the leadership group for the high school doing driver's ed. I think that would be so cute. Y'all gotta get the little hoopties. I think I was gonna talk about concepts for tip jars, yeah? You know what's funny, Sean? You said Lana, I thought you were talking about me. Because I still respond to Lana, because that was my original name in Second Life. Like, Raina and Yujin still call me Lana. Okay, I'm gonna use this as an example. So all of my businesses are structured slightly separate. This one needs to be updated. But I use the Low Industries tip jars most of the time because they have a lot of integrations I like. And you can also, they do have, what are those things called? Like a dashboard type thing where you can see who's been working, how much money they've been generating. You can also choose if you want to give people 100% tips or a portion of the tips. When you're doing that, make a real decision. Don't make a decision because I want to be nice. Make a business decision. Like, look at what you have to pay for per week. Look at how much your products cost, how much you need to sell, and how much you might need to consider needs to be a labor percentage. So I always see people make that decision. Just like, it'd be nice if they could take it off. Listen, you have costs. They want to work in your business. They also have to support some of those costs. Hey, Misty. Ooh. It's like, I don't have allergies. What is happening to me? Maybe I do. Anyway, this is Bayside Fitness. When I created this SML gym, trainers were a big thing because people do not know how to use the system and it's not completely intuitive. I do need to update some things here. I want to put the freebie boards in here so you can get more coins. But SML is a little challenging. So I remember when I started, I paid someone like 1,500 Linden just to teach me how to use it for the first time. So trainers are a thing within the SML community. But also just for role play. So we have an option here where you can work here as a trainer, especially if you're experienced with SML. You can also spot for people, which is super useful for people who are really competitive with it. Like, they have SML competitions too. I saw that somewhere. Oh, did I not link the Bayside? Let me just drop a link here. Let me pin it with the landing. Yeah, I would definitely recommend, if you're not a Discord person, I'm so sorry, but the bulk of our stuff is on Discord. I can't personally manage it in Worlds because I'm not in Worlds super often. You know, maybe one day. But yeah, that's the Bayside landing and the Bayside Discord. I'm gonna pin this. I think we need more boost before I can give it its own URL. What about electric wheelchair? I'm crying. That's accurate though, because y'all gonna be killing people. Okay, but yeah, so what I did here, actually I think my jars here are at 100%. So there are a couple of things I do. I do when people, sometimes if you want to really get people committed, you kind of have to touch their pockets a little bit. For me, I wanted people invested in the business before they could earn money from the business. So you have to rent an ad board here, list your services and prices before you can even log into a tip jar. I don't think it's expensive. What is it? It's $150 a week. SML trainers can usually make that, but I would think about it the same. Even if you're a trainer, you got to look at it kind of like you're operating a business. You still want, I would even still register as a business, even though you're an independent contractor, like register your business so you can get access to advertising. You can advertise your services. And here, I want people to be able to click your board and see what you charge. This one here, I think we have, I was say, I thought I had a note card. We had like recommended services and rates. So if you didn't know what to spend, I haven't updated this in a very long time. I saw something about BU. I'll probably update it to my story. But yeah, here you would just have to be professional. Like you have to say what your services are, and then you could like utilize the city and promote when you're working. We really need to like enact licensing in the city because the way y'all be leaving these cars in the darndest of places, I need to revoke some licenses. Hey, is it Hadria? Hey, honey. But yeah, so that's one way you could possibly set up working if you want them to, I don't know, have like an advertisement. It depends on, I guess, what your business is. But mine, they make 100% tips here, but they do have to pay 150 London a week to work here. Again, I gotta update this gym. Don't come rushing over here. I mean, I guess you can use it, but it's not as updated as it could be. Big Bear, on the other hand, Big Bear is a little different. So Big Bear utilizes memberships. I have a bot set up to do this. So I changed it slightly. There are a couple things I need to fix. One, I need to make this whole gym my story. It's not my story yet. Don't come here. I should put a sign on the door. But we need licensing. We used to use the CAD system for licensing, but I got rid of it because I was paying like 30, 40 bucks a month or something. And I was like, we're not using this. We're not going to pay for this. But basically here, people that want to come work out, they pay per hour, or now I'm introducing like a cheaper weekly rate. So to work here, anyone can just like host a class, and you could charge people whatever you're going to charge them to come work out. So one, they need to have access to the gym, so they have to have a membership. So I'm probably going to just stick to the weekly, like have a weekly membership, and then you could come to as many classes as you want. I liked CAD. I really loved it because we had our medical, our DOJ, all of our laws were in there. Everyone's licensing was in there because we also had GTA. But yeah, because we also had GTA, if you could get a license in GTA and then come drive in Second Life, like I loved it. I can't imagine anything in Second Life is that good. Especially when we had the police stuff. Like if I wanted to pull someone over, I could just type in like the crime they're committing, and it would show me the crime code and what the fine or jail time or court thing was. I loved it. It was good. The way my gym works though, you can either like have a class like this, maybe like a dance class or something, or you can select a specific type of class. Like say you wanted to come in here and do a yoga class, all you do is click the button, all the yoga things come up. We have like cycling classes. There's boxing classes, and the way mine works here, all of these were scripted to Zeo Life. I'm going to change it to my story, but they're all scripted to Zeo Life. They give you health because you get healthier when you work out, but they're depleting some other things. Like, let me look at this, because what I'll probably do is your hygiene is going to go down, of course, and your energy is going to go down. I might even make your thirst go down a little bit, but your happiness is going to go up. I'm probably going to let your social go up, and if you're sick, your health is going to go up. Paperwork, something. Well, don't you kind of need paperwork? Like, what if someone gets arrested and then someone else comes in for role play? Where do they go to know what this person did? I mean, I don't think we weren't strict with it. Like, we weren't like filing a bunch of things, but it was like that. Like, if you replace someone else and there were a bunch of people in cells, you knew what they were here for and when they needed to get out. Oh yeah, student. Well, the system's animated. I mean, it's automated, so I don't know if we really could. But yeah, this is how I say, like, there are certain things, like, this is not necessarily a service or a product. It's kind of a both. And for me here, I would sometimes just host events here that I couldn't even go to. Like I would say it's spin night. I would come here, set it up, and then I couldn't stick around, but people will come here and do spin class and meet each other. So even like bringing people together, even if you can't be there, is good. But my business still is going to do better with people showing up. So I created the opportunity for people to come and host their own classes. All of the information on how to host a class, there's training and everything here for people who want to be trainers at this gym specifically. But then I also do sell some products. Like these were my energy drinks. One was, they were different. One was like energy, and then one was like something else. I don't remember what the different, they give you different stats though. And then for people who wanted to keep working out even though they were getting tired, you could buy like a sweatbands. Like there were all types of things that you could do. Sex drive go up. Oh, I love it. And like, I think the way we set it up, because you know it's completely configurable. You set it up however you want to. Like you generate whatever columns, whatever fields. So for ours, especially for police, it was literally like put this person's name. If they had a license, put their license number, and then put whatever crime they committed, hit save, keep it moving. And like for us, that's realistic. Because if you're a cop and you're pulling someone over, like you need to step away and do something for a second. But that was also useful for when we were in here like committing crimes like crazy. Someone could run a plate and see what else. Like, do I need to arrest your ass? But yeah, so even if you're like an instructor here, you could just like have the open floor. But that's another way that I include other people, because we've had gym instructor. I remember one time we had a bunch of DTA dudes come join SL, and for some reason they were all like doing classes. And I was like, that's cute. But yeah, and this is another one. You don't have to apply. Literally come in here, read the instructions, and you can work here, but don't come right now because I gotta make it my story. Also, I've seen instructors, usually the ones that work over here, who offer, was it here? Yeah, because I think they were just like considering themselves trainers, and they have a whole group. I didn't know they had a group. I gotta go check on it. But they plan things outside of the gym. I remember I used to always see them like planning hikes up to Runyon. I need to swap some things out up here. I think we used to have BU things up here. But they would hike. They would do little beach yoga workouts or whatever. But yeah. Use tip jars. Let people work for you. Oh, Faith. So Faith is another restaurant. This is one of my restaurants that you have to apply to work at. So let's go here. We're going to be hiring soon. I only just hired a manager, so I'm going to let her get acclimated first. But the way Faith works, so it's kind of like a tip jar system, but we have rates. So we're going to have very solid rates for coming into roleplay that you have to pay before you begin your roleplay. So they'll get their standard rate plus any tips that come into them. Those are other things that you can also do. Like say you do have a restaurant that's like My Story, and you have products out and all of that stuff. But say full service role play costs a certain amount of money. With restaurants, to be honest, a lot of these restaurants are charging like $900 to like $2,000. I've seen it some for full service role play. So you would just want to create the rates, and then those rates, that's what they're going to be getting paid when they work for you. But then it would be under the assumption that they would be purchasing food. So I mean, it's a lot to work out from your perspective to figure out exactly how much things should cost. You know, maybe you group it into like one menu type item. But yeah, who knows? We can get into all that another time. Also, we hire bartenders here. I haven't decided if I want to make the bartender just an open thing. I don't have any My Story alcohol yet. This is a place where I'm going to have to get a supply from another Bayside business for alcohol because I don't make any and I want a lot of options. I haven't figured out though how to incorporate chefs with the way I have this restaurant set up, because people have to pay for their reservation to sit down. I think it's like $250. Oh my god, I'm gonna talk about it again because it looks like we've been doing better with this week. I had to put so much float text out here. I hate float text, but people keep coming in and just right clicking and paying this. Oh good. Is it not letting them? Is that why it's doing better? But anyway, if you come in to eat here, you have to click and select your reservation before paying. People are just coming in and paying. And if you do that, you're not going to get an invitation to the group. You're not going to be able to sit down. All right. Hold on. My chat sometimes just stops, so let me pop it out. And make sure I'm still live since, you know, it's one of those nights. Yep, see, I'm so far behind. I've seen none of this. GTA dudes are so random. I used to have a Second Life sister named Dee Dee. We have a police station near downtown. No, police station's always been here. It's in West Bayside. We just don't have a chief or an active department. We've never had the role play here. We just had a building. Okay. Cool. I think that's it. Should we go back to our problem solving response on the survey? Challenges with roleplay businesses. Some people said there are too many like mine. Yeah. Essentially, everyone has the same idea of just selling products that have scripted items for these roleplay systems. I think we kind of approach this though, especially in a city like this where everyone next to you is going to have the same concept as you, but just different products. Do not think people are loyal to the products. Like, there is never a point in my day where I'm like, I really want a burger. Let me go specifically find the place that has the burger. It is really going to be about what your engagement with the community looks like. You're going to have to add that to like your roster of things to do. You're not a retail store. You are a role play business, so you're going to have to bring some sort of role play to your business. If you can't be there, hire people who can. If you can't even do that, make sure to set your business up for situations that will bring people together. So if you're a restaurant, do very specific times if there's breakfast, lunch, and dinner so people know when to show up to be able to meet other people. Like, just allow people to gather around whatever your business is. A police chief, a fire chief, and a chief of staff at the hospital, yeah. I had an application that came in for a police chief. That was interesting. Some people are starting to become a burden on my income, probably because you're putting a lot more into the costs of it. My biggest thing here is like decrease costs. Whatever is costing you, like what do you pay for with creating these things? I guess the products, of course, the script stuff, and then your location. For the location, start as small as possible. Like, I still recommend people start at something like this, especially if it's like hitting your pockets heavy. $250 a week, you can sell a single product for $250, but you're gonna have to bring attention to it again. I gotta enforce a million times. I will never say it again. I think people think they're like retail businesses when they drop down in community sim, but you have to think of it like a real business. If you started a business on like imagine starting a business on whatever street you live on in real life and just assuming it's going to do well. Like, you're going to have to do some marketing. You're going to have to open the door sometimes. Just make sure. A private investigator. I don't see you making money from it, but it would be fun role play. That would be so fun. I think we were talking about something like that before. Better quality in video. I don't know what that has to do with role play. People not coming. I would be very interested to know what they've done to try to get people to come. Advertising, marketing without having name recognition or SL clout. Again, it's not hard to advertise or market. All you got to think about is what value am I giving to this person? And for a lot of businesses, it can't just be the product. I think people always think like, yeah, my product is valuable. It's going to keep them role playing. Let it be entertainment. Let it be like community. give them a reason to want to support your business. I don't think anyone got SO clout just for fun out of nowhere. Like, everyone had to think about it this way. When I started my channel, what did I also do to start my channel? I created a community in Discord. I had more like members in my Discord server than I had followers for a very long time, because you have to give people something has to be in it for them. I feel like that is one of the things that is lacking a lot in a lot of Second Life things. Like, think about what's in it for the other person that you're trying to get attention from, collaborate with. You need something from them. You gotta really, we're going over the webpage. We're going over these. Why? You can't see what? These? This is what we talking about. What can y'all see? Hold on. Because everybody's saying it. Or two y'all, never mind. But, I forgot what I was saying. This again, generating enough people for roleplay. It's all the same. It's all the same. Just be present at your business. Things are going good. Had a BU cafe. Wanted to create a space where customers could come and interact with an actual person when ordering. They had the option to RP, but I had issues with always having someone in my cafe to do this. Again, you don't have to always be there. Just make sure there are specific times when people know to show up, and start to get consistent with it. Same thing with anything on the internet. If you're gonna open, don't open at like 3 p.m. one day, 10 a.m. the next day, something. You have to be a bit consistent to start to build a following around whatever your business is. If you own a restaurant here, for example, if you own like the pizza shop cafe, or no, I would say the taco shop, because that's a fun example to use. You need to have like Taco Tuesday every Tuesday at the same time to get people like accustomed to looking for you and showing up for you. You guys know when I'm consistent on YouTube, excuse me, y'all show up. You know, to be here Wednesday at 6, you know, to be on Sunday at whatever time, I think 11 or 2. But the more consistent you are, the more people are going to show up. Even if you can only be there 1 hour a week, just make sure it is a consistent hour. And you might have to like play with it in the beginning to see when people are most available. One thing I'm going to start doing for our businesses here is dropping a weekly report of what times we're most active. For whatever reason this week, 10 p.m. has been it. There have been more people in the city at 10 p.m. than any other hour. So hopefully that'll be a little useful. Just setting up. I want people to be able to use it for role play even when I'm not available to facilitate it. So I want to create a space for others to utilize it. Again, you're going to have to still set your business up to be able to do this. So a couple of things to do is you create the calendar. It could be around the people that work there, but you have to create someone to be like in control. What I've noticed about Second Life, a lot of people don't like kind of taking the leadership thing. So if you just leave it there and say, everybody come do what you want to do, no one's going to come and show up. You need people who are going to be the ones to control the space. So the employees, just hire employees. But even for this, like, set the event in advance, promote the event in advance. So even if they are showing up without a leader, then, you know, you've prepped them for it. And like give them like a list of things that they should consider when they're going there. That's what I said I was gonna do, like tell y'all what I would do to plan an event from start to finish. People interacting, that can be a tough one. If they're shy, they're not gonna talk to you. There used to be someone who rented a food truck here that I noticed is on the other sim now. They had such a good like community of people. When you have trouble getting people to start interacting, do some like typical icebreakers. A lot of people like doing trivia, and that usually gets people like out of their shell pretty quickly. And I've seen a lot of businesses use that as like a start to whatever their event is. So that's a good one. That's also a good one if you can't be there, but you want people like doing stuff. Like set up your trivia thing to start at the start of that event and let people join when they get there and let them know that's what they can look for. Don't know where to start. Something that will benefit the community and help citizens want to participate. I think allowing them the opportunity to work. This is tough. This I think is a mistake. When you're creating so much work for yourself, trying to put people on a salary, like divvying up compensation, don't do that. If you're gonna like try to split profits, use a system that's going to let you do it on the spot. Like, let them have a percentage of your payments. Like, for real estate, that's what we do. There's no way in hell I'm ever going to involve myself in, like, bookkeeping. You need to, even, like, if you're going to try to do this with products, then use Casper and let them get a percentage. I would never get involved with trying to pay people out every week. Especially if you can't even, like, if you don't have the time to be at your business all the time, this is more time consuming than just being there. So you kind of defeat the purpose of having employees. And then ensuring consistency despite your absence due to RL. See, but you know what to do. Like, do split compensations, hire people who have more availability than you, and give them guidance on how you want your business run. And that's that. Chatterboxes? I've never used Chatterbox. What do those do? Do they like talk to you? Y'all are some night owls. Okay. When we're talking about event planning, where am I? Okay, so we're here. So say I wanted to do an event here. I think people get too consumed with the concept of parties in Second Life. You don't necessarily want to just keep throwing parties. Role players want chances to talk to one another, to do role play things. I want to be able to step away and go use the restroom if I have to. So don't think everything's a party. When we say throw a role play event, you're not throwing a party. Don't go get a DJ. Don't go hire a host who's going to spam chat so no one can role play anyway. You want to think of things that are related to your business and do them regularly. Do them as often as you possibly can. For Faith and Flower, for example, say I wanted to do brunch on Sunday. That's all it has to be. Like, I don't even necessarily have to be here. A lot of what I do for Faith, I'm not here, especially because, like, Zara will take care of it. But say I wanted to be here and I wanted to do brunch, and say I wanted it to be a My Story brunch and I wanted to cater. Possibly. You could decide whatever your concept is, decide on what your concept is, and you're gonna have to do some marketing. You're gonna have to promote it in the group. So here I would say make sure you lead up to it. So if I were doing something on Sunday, I would start promoting that tomorrow, probably heaviest on Friday and Saturday. But I'm gonna send a message to the roleplay group at different hours of the time or hours of the day to make sure I'm hitting different audiences. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and put it on Discord. Business owners in our city also have the option to create events like in a server, so you can put stuff at the top of our server, but you can also just add your event details to the advertising channel. Always put a picture. Don't like just have a description. Always put a picture because people don't like to read, especially without a picture. They're not even gonna look at it. Always put your slurl, especially because everyone can teleport in here. Do not ever post anything without the like SL URL for your business. And then like a brief description of what's going on and what people should do. If you're gonna be there, it's not gonna be as confusing. If you're not gonna be there, just like tell people what's available to do. And then another step forward is I would also try to get people who maybe don't know anything about my business at all. So I always set things on secondlife.com. They have an events tab. When you set things on the events thing, it shows up in search. So people get more familiarity with your business name. You can also put things on forums if you want to, but honestly, events work best for me. And then of course, promoting them on social media. If you're a business here, getting it on our social media is a good idea as well. So be sure that you're utilizing the channel to submit for socials and you're doing it in advance. Because if your event's tomorrow, don't be rushing Lana to go post your thing by tomorrow. She might already have a schedule lined up. So that's really all you have to do. That sounds like a lot of steps, but that's probably like 30 minutes of work. And it's not a party. And it could be simple. Like, honestly, I'm probably going to set some dinner times for Faith and Flower. Or I think breakfast. I think that's what I was looking for. Because I start my workday in here sometimes. Like, I'll go park myself at the Vanderbuilt. And I always want breakfast food. So I go up to Revian's. But I'm like, it would also be cute to, like, sit down and have breakfast with someone. So I might start planning breakfast here at the restaurant. Yeah, that's always a good idea. And that way people can just go straight to it. They have your menu. They know the details. All that. I was trying to find like an in-world calendar that people could add to, but I couldn't find one that was like restricted. I found some that either the owner could do it or anyone could do it. So I don't know. But yeah, that was a lot. I got a headache now. But stop by. Oh, another thing is too, you'll notice billboards are popping up all over our city. I haven't created the channel yet, but they all have ad numbers. These ones specifically, they need to look good to be up in the city like this. So these ones have to be approved. That's why they just have their own number. So once they're approved, you can have your own billboard. I'll be adding, depending on, I want to see where the role play is heaviest to determine where I put out other types of ads. Like I said, I'm probably going to do a push over here to make the promenade kind of a hangout spot and a meetup spot because we have advertisements right here. I want it to be really easy for people to know that you're a business here and be able to find your location really easily. I'm also going through and putting different areas in the city and all the bus stops, so that'll be a little easier. But yeah, keep an eye out. And of course, there's landing. If you want people to know you're here and what you're all about before they even come down into the city, they have that option. But yeah, feel free to visit up here. Like I said, take your sweet time if you need to. Sometimes people are super intimidated going into a roleplay city. Like I used to be that person. And I wanted to know all the things and figure out where I was going to go. And sometimes I had a titler on. I used to want it to look perfect. I think my story title is like, I'm a cult leader. And I'm a senior citizen. Yeah. But, yeah, that's everything, y'all. Keep an eye out for this. I'll be updating this a little later. Of course, all Bayside residents. I say businesses, but any resident can rent this. Like if you have a business running out of your house, that's totally fine too. And then public businesses are over here. I cannot believe we got through that stream. I can't believe I spent 40 minutes talking to myself. Yeah, I like data. Who this? And then if y'all see Fallon around the city, oh, you know what we're doing in Little Tokyo? I kind of want to go back, hold on. Or what I'm doing to the market. Sean, technically this could have been like a spot for your bodega because I really was about to delete all this. Don't log into that tip jar, but what I'm doing, I'm redesigning it a little. It's such a tiny little space, so we'll see. But I'm gonna put floating tip jars in here. I just gotta make sure they can cross sim lines, and anyone who works in here can deliver anything that's sold in here. It's not gonna be like a general delivery. They'll deliver the stuff that is in here. I'm gonna also make the shelves option so you guys can sell products that are not food. How many to 8K? We are at 968. We got a little ways to go. It doesn't show y'all until it hits like an extra 100. I hope so. I'm really excited about roleplay. Again, I'm here to like facilitate your roleplay. I'm not here to like tell you what to do. I'm here to create the environment for you to do what you want. So if you're interested in like the planning stages of any area of roleplay, I'm gonna probably move that message to another channel where it can stay at the top. But all you have to do is react to whatever role you want. It's gonna automatically put you in the channel. I'm gonna come into the channel to start it off and get the conversation going and the planning started, and then let you guys take it from there. Lana's done a great job with like Bayside High, which is the next thing to open. We'll probably be looking for the same thing with PD and fire and medical. I think athletics was the only other one that had a lot of people interested. No one did Parks and Rec, and if y'all don't watch that show, like, what are you talking about? Like, do Parks and Rec. They also plan the events, and like Pride is soon, so we want some Pride stuff going on. So be sure to join that to plan events. But yeah, that's it. I'm so tired. I was gonna stream GTA, but I don't know if I have the energy. I'll probably be here. Oh, did I say what I was saying here? Yeah. But yeah, I'll set these little shelves up so you can sell other types of products. If you can, y'all please sell some for hygiene because I don't have a shower in my house. Hygiene and like some energy drinks, please. She's strung out on coffee lately. But yeah, That's all, y'all. This was fun. I'm glad we actually got it going. Where's my avatar? Oh, right here. Oh, also, I'm trying to replace this building back here. I saw somebody has a weed, like... Oh, wait. Did they leave already? I was just about to say, I looked in here. They had, like, a whole growing... Like, they were growing a bunch of weed. I guess they left. But I'm trying to replace this building. There's one person living in it, though. I might just have to displace them a little bit. Yeah, the bar's still upstairs. I haven't updated it to my story yet. But here, somebody left some alcohol. There's nothing left, though. Oh, it's Reina's. What's this one? Oh, nothing. This is a monarchy group. I need to prevent people from being able to even I am that group. Yeah. So many things. I'm so tired. But there's a couple areas that aren't open downtown yet. Or like that you can't really, well, you can get to them, but technically you're not supposed to. Child, why are y'all talking in the monarchy group? I'm about to shut that chat down. This is where I'm gonna put our little wooded area. So the wolf can go hang out. And then up here is like downtown little square. There'll be a couple of businesses. So that's it. All right, y'all, this was fun. Come hang out. I'll be in Bayside for a little bit longer. You might see me driving around in a truck. If you see me coming on the road, make sure you're not on it because you will die. I wish you could like actually get hit by a car and be injured. Is there a script for that? We need that. But I had fun, y'all. Sorry I was so late. I was just talking to myself for an hour. But you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'll probably see you tomorrow in GTA. Maybe tomorrow and Friday. I can't do it tonight. But then I'll be back here on YouTube on Sunday. I want to do like a day of roleplay. Me and Adonis, or me and Monasia, had a full day of roleplay yesterday in Second Life, and it was so fun. And I was like, you guys would be eating this up if we were streaming. So hopefully see you then. But you guys enjoy the rest of your night and the rest of your week. Bye.